Hi, my name is Drew, and you're watching ReadyBudgetGo. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. And if you have been to my channel before, welcome back. It's so good to see you again. It's the end of the week, so this is when I do the weekly reel. I share my real numbers, my real triumphs, and my real mistakes. Ready? Let's go! All right, this is for the week from November 7th through November 13th. My budget weeks run from Friday through Thursday, and the first thing that I always like to do is the cash dump. So let me get the budget binder out of the way, and I'll bring in the pouches. So this is my coin pouch. It's got all of 2 cents in it. So I'm going to take this and put it into this bigger pouch where I'm collecting all of my coins. And when it gets to be full enough, I will take it to Coinstar and cash it in for a gift card to somewhere, sometimes, for something. Okay, this pouch holds all of the cash that I allocate to myself each week. I give myself $50 a week, and whatever I don't spend, I put into a special events fund. So I have remaining this week 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, $39. So I only spent $11. So that is going to go into here, and then at the end of the month, I will put all of this money into the special events fund and probably take it right back out again because I will be using a lot of it to spend on Christmas. But for now, that's that sorted. And now I just need to take $50 out of here and allocate that into next week's cash. So let's do 20, 40, and I guess I don't have another 10, 45 and 50. 20, 45, and 50. Okay. So that will be for next week. And I might spend it all. I might not spend any of it. Have to wait and see. So that should leave $100 for the last 2 weeks of November. So 20, 40, 60. Oh, there's that 10. 75, 85, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So 100 is indeed what we have. That will be for the next 2 weeks. So this is all going in here. And that is it for the cash dump. So let me put these away and get out the budget binder. And I can already see that I didn't finish all of my prep work before I started filming. So we're going to do some of this together. This is my monthly budget overview. And normally this would be in the binder, but it's out, so that's fine. This week I didn't have any income. I will get paid Friday. I'm filming this on Thursday, so that deposit has not yet hit my bank account, so I don't have it recorded here. I get paid on the 15th and the last day of the month. Because the 15th is on a Saturday, I will get paid on the 14th. But like I say, filming on the 13th, so it's not in there yet, so I don't have it written down. YouTube Premium did come out this week for $16 as expected, so that's recorded here. Over here in the stockpiles, I saved $501, and I actually only transferred $301, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. I don't have the wallet spending filled in yet, so let me take care of that real quick, and we'll add that up. So actually, you know what? We'll come back to it. Well, first we'll talk about the cash flow. So I only had one transaction come out of my checking account this week, and that was a transfer to my savings account for $301. This is for the big move. That is a goal where I am saving to move to another state at some point in 2026. I don't know exactly where, and I don't know exactly when, but I'm trying to save up $15,000 toward moving costs. So that is what that is for. Normally, I save $500 a week, and the other $200 goes to travel. But this last week, I decided that I was going to use money that was already in my travel fund for something else. And instead of pulling it out of the travel fund, I'm just not putting more money in this week. It will stay in my checking account to repay the credit card that I used for an expense. How do I put this? So some of you will know what it is. Not everyone does. I talked about it a little bit in one of my previous videos this week. I think it was on the the Tuesday video, because that's when I save up for travel. So I still saved for it. I just didn't transfer for it. It needs to stay in my checking account to repay a credit card, and the travel fund still stands at $1,000. So that is that. And now let's talk about expenses. So I filled all of this in here, but I didn't transfer it to the main budget sheet. So I had on the 6th and the 7th, McDonald's and DoorDash once each. And that's because I didn't get the groceries. I did not have, well, I ran out of groceries and then I didn't have time to get more. So last week was a busy week. This week was a busy week. I'm coming into a very busy season at work. So probably going to be seeing a lot more transactions like that. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can keep up on the food spending, but I did eventually go to the grocery store here, and that was $93. I also blew $34.96 at Apple for a movie, not a movie, but it was like maybe 2 or 3 movies. I don't know. After last week, I was like, I have to decompress over the weekend. So it might have even been a TV season. I don't even remember at this point. But at any rate, $34.96. McDonald's again on the 10th. And then I did have the groceries here for $93.98 and $50 in cash. So even though I didn't spend $50, I only spent $11 of it. I always count it as 50 because that money came out of my checking account, and it is to me a sunk cost. So I record it as 50 for budgeting purposes. Okay, so let's total all of this up, and I'm pretty sure I'm over budget, but I'm hoping it wasn't by too much. And then I can record that on this other page here. So let's see what we've got. So $17.97, $28.63, not used to doing this left-handed, $8.80, $30.16, $34.96, $93.98, $8.80, and $50. $273.30. So I am over by a little bit. If I hadn't had that entertainment spending, I would have come in under, but that's okay. I can make up for that in another week. So that, and I need to color code it because we're on the orange week, or I've decided this week is orange. Let's color code that. All right. Now, the reason why I don't have one in here that is pink for last week is because that week fell into October. Because my budget weeks run from Friday through Thursday, that was part of the October spending. The stockpiles is by the Wednesday, so the first one fell into November, so that's why there's one here. It confuses me too. I'm thinking I need to get things better aligned, but not this month. Maybe next year. Okay, so that is it for the spending. So not a whole lot this week, mostly because I didn't have a paycheck as far as the cash flow goes. But when that paycheck comes in tomorrow, I am going to be paying a lot of credit cards. In fact, that paycheck is pretty much already spent. And I still need to take money to the bank, cash to the bank, to deposit it that I've already spent. So moving right along, let's see. Okay, so we're done in here. So now I want to talk about savings. So monetization tracker. This is my 1,000 subscribers goal. I did get up to 680 just before I started recording. So thank you all the new subscribers and to everyone who's been here for a while now. Each and every one of you mean a lot to me, and that you choose to spend part of your day or part of your week with me. So I don't have the funds available yet to transfer. I will do that ASAP, but I did fill in the 2 markers here. So everyone who subscribes, I save $5 up to the first 1,000 subscribers. So I am in need of depositing another $100 to bring me up to $3,400, which will make me current for 680 subscribers. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, next up is the big move. So, well, actually, this is also a challenge for the big move, the subscriptions challenge. So all of this money is going toward the big move. And then the books. So this is game night or Ready Budget Game on Mondays. This is $100 from my Tuesday savings, which is a combination of the Celebration Savings book and the Batman binder. And then Wednesday, I do the My Money relaunch series, and that money goes into the big move too. I save about $100 each week for that. So this week it was $301. and that brought the total up to $4,480. So that money is on its way to Wealthfront right now, where it will join its brethren in the stockpile for the big move. So that also puts me officially past the halfway point toward my $15,000 goal, which is great because New Year's is right around the corner. And once the calendar turns over, I need to start putting money away into my Roth IRA again, which brings me to the Sloth IRA. So this is my challenge from this year. I used the same one from last year because the numbers didn't change year over year. They changed. So the government's back open and the IRS released the numbers today. And so they are what was expected, but I didn't want to update this until they became official. So for 2026, the IRA contribution, whether it's a Roth or a traditional IRA, is $7,500 for those under age 50. And the catch-up contribution used to be $1,000 for those age 50 and over. This year it changed to $1,100. So now for those 50 and over, you can put up to $8,600 away in your IRA. So I will update this tracker and re-release it for the 2026 version. I will probably include the 2025 along with the 2026 just because you can contribute to your IRA for the current year up until the tax filing deadline. So, for example, if the tax deadline is April 15th, which it usually is somewhere around there next year, you can still make a contribution to your IRA for 2025 up to April 15th of the following year. So, I will probably just include the 2025 files as part of the 2026 if anybody still needs them. But look for that coming out here in the next week or two, and that should be on Etsy. It might also be on Ko-fi. We'll see. I haven't talked much about my Ko-fi shop. It is linked down below. I will do an official launch at some point, sort of like a grand opening, but it is open and available if anybody wants to check that out. So that is really all I have to share for this week. Thank you so much for listening and for watching and for coming back every week. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below so I know you were here. And until I see you in the next one, take care.